In this video, I want to show you how to assign oxidation numbers. Oxidation numbers are just numbers used to differentiate where electrons are located within a compound. So we're going to assign specific numbers to elements in a compound. Now, I do want to mention that we've been dealing with charges, so something like O2 minus. So you might have noticed in class that I've been putting that negative symbol after the number. Well, when it's written before, that's an oxidation state. Okay, so if it was written like O2 minus, that is an oxidation state. So there are several rules to follow when assigning oxidation numbers. And depending on what book, what video, what teacher you have, those rules can be a little different. So I'm going to go through the rules that how I use and show you with examples how I assign oxidation numbers. So the first rule is with a pure element. So pure elements are always zero. So what do I mean by a pure element? I mean something like sodium. Now I'm not trying to assume that there's a charge, just there's no charge written in that top right hand corner, so a pure element is zero. Something like O2 would also be zero. There's only one element there, so it's zero. The next rule is with fluorine. Fluorine, no matter what, is -1. So if you ever experience a fluorine in a compound, it's a -1. The next rule is dealing with oxygen. So oxygen is -2. So it has an oxidation state of -2 in a compound, unless it's with fluorine. If it's with fluorine, you have to determine what it is. And then also watch out for peroxides. So if hydrogen is in a peroxide, like H2O2, in a peroxide, oxygen will be -1. But that's really uncommon. Hydrogen peroxide is probably the only peroxide you guys are going to experience. So oxygen, 90% of the time, is -2. Unless it's with fluorine, then you need to find it. The fourth rule deals with hydrogen. So hydrogen is always +1 unless it's with a metal. If it's with a metal, it's -1. Okay, so how do I know when hydrogen's with a metal? So if I had something like NaH, hydrogen's written second, so it's hinting to you that this is the negative anion, and then this is my cation. So when hydrogen's with a metal, it's -1, but again, 95% of the time, hydrogen is +1. Now, if you don't have any of those beginning elements, you can look at the alkali metals or alkaline earth. Alkali metals are +1, alkaline earth metals are +2. You can also look at the halogens. Halogens are -1. Now this rule right here is usually the case. So some halogens can be something else, and it's usually when they're with oxygen, so just watch out for that. But this is kind of like a catch-all if I don't have fluorine, oxygen, and hydrogen. All right, and the last rule to follow is you're going to add up all your oxidation numbers at the end, and if it's a neutral compound, the total will be 0. If it's an ion, whatever the charge of that ion is the total. So if I'm looking at something like water here, there is nothing written in this top right-hand corner, so this is a neutral compound, so the total should be 0. Now if I'm looking at something like CO3 2-, that's an ion. There's a 2- charge at the top, so all those oxidation numbers should equal -2 when I'm done finding them. The best way to figure out oxidation numbers is to just go through some examples. So I put some examples here, and we're going to use those rules on the previous page so that you guys can find oxidation numbers. So let's do the first one, Kf. So potassium gets an oxidation number, and so does fluorine. So I'm going to go through my rules. So again, I'm going to simplify it down here. Fluorine is always -1, oxygen is -2, hydrogen is +1, and if I don't have any of those, I can look at the most electronegative usually, or I can look at my alkali metals, my alkaline earth metals, so my catch-all category. Okay, so I look at my formula. I do have fluorine, so that's -1 all the time. Now the total is in that top right-hand corner here. So the total, there was nothing written there originally, so my total has to be 0. So if fluorine is -1, we have to find potassium, and we'll call it an X. Whatever the last element in the formula is, you have to find it. So when I solve that algebraically, I find that X equals 1, so potassium is a +1. So now let's try the next one. So hydrogen gets a number, sulfur gets a number, and oxygen gets a number. So hydrogen, sulfur, and oxygen. So my total, again, is 0 because there's nothing in the top right-hand corner. Oxygen is -2, and I have hydrogen, so that's +1. I have to find sulfur. Sulfur is going to be the one to balance it out to give me that 0 total oxidation state. So I have 4 oxygens, so 4 times -2, plus sulfur, we don't know, so we'll make it an X, plus hydrogen, there's 2 of them, and they're +1 each. So we can clean that up, so I get 2 plus X minus 8 equals 0, and when I solve that, I see that sulfur is +6. So let's try this last one. So nitrate. Nitrogen's going to get 1, and oxygen's going to get 1. I don't have fluorine, I do have oxygen, -2, and now I need to find nitrogen. Now my total this time isn't 0 because I do have a charge written there. So my total is -1 this time, not 0 because I have a charge. So oxygen was -2, I have 3 of them, and I don't know N, so we'll make it X. So that would be X minus 6 equals -1. So when I solve that, I get a +5 for nitrogen. All right, so give these 4 a try, pause the video, and then when you get back, I'll go through the answers. Okay, so let's do the first one. So in the first one, I have a neutral compound again. So fluorine is -1. And I need to find carbon. So total was 0. Fluorine's -1, and I have 4 of them. And let's make carbon X. When I solve that out, carbon is +4. So that's my answer. The next one, hydrogen gets a number, nitrogen gets one, and so does oxygen. So oxygen we know is -2 all the time, and hydrogen is +1. So now I need to find nitrogen. Again, my total 0. Oxygen's -2, I have 3 of them. Nitrogen is X, plus hydrogen is a 1. So I clean that up, so I solve for X, and I find that nitrogen is +5. That's my answer. This one in the top right-hand corner is a little harder. So I have silicon and I have bromine. So now I have to use that catch-all category because I don't have fluorine, I don't have oxygen, and I don't have hydrogen. So I'm going to use the halogen here to help me out. So halogens are usually -1, so we'll make bromine -1, and now I need to solve for silicon. Total 0, bromine's -1, I have 6 of them, and silicon we don't know, so we're going to make it X. But I have 2 of them, so we're going to make it 2X. So I solve that out for silicon, and I see that it is a +3 oxidation state in that example. For the last one, I have hydrogen, I have phosphorus, and oxygen. Oxygen's -2, hydrogen's +1, so I have to find phosphorus. My total 0. Oxygen is -2, I have 4 of them. Phosphorus, we don't know, we'll make it an X. And I have 3 hydrogens, so 3 times +1. So now I'm going to solve that out, and phosphorus is a +5 oxidation state. So I hope this helped with finding oxidation numbers. Try the worksheet that I had given you in class, and if you need any extra help, just make sure to ask.